Okay, guys, let's talk about the KZ EDX. You see, this particular earphone, when it was launched a few months ago, it was just like every other random earphone from any other brand out there. Now, granted, KZ wasn't a random brand. KZ has pretty much right from time been a very popular brand. They sell very well, but they have never really had a defining. I would even say go as far as saying they have not really had a set of earphone that really define them as a very unique brand in the earphone market. Right from time, people never took KZ seriously. KZ has always been this brand that pretty much made bright sounding, shrill, annoying earphones that people never took seriously. That was until the EDX. Now, look at this, guys. If you go through the link in my description right now, you'll see that this particular seller has already sold almost 3,500 EDXs in the last almost 4 months. He has listed this particular earphone. Look, I am going to have to tell you guys one thing. The EDX still till now maintains an almost 5-star rating on all uh, um, on all sellers store. I've gone through all the reviews. It is very rare for you to see an earphone that maintains that almost a clear 5-star rating from all sellers. It is very, very hard. And you know the reason why it's very hard, because you have things like quality control, unit variance, and a lot of shenanigans that go on in the production of mass produced earphones. But for some weird reason, the EDX has not only been a very, very great sounding earbud, but has maintained a massively good quality control that even from this particular seller that has sold almost 3,500 units, it has maintained a 5-star rating, 4.9 to be exact, from 634 reviews. That is incredible. I have never seen that with any other store. I haven't, not just any other, I have never seen that with any other earphone. Every other earphone, most of the time, trails off. It's either because, okay, for instance, the FiiO FH3, that set became popular when it came out, sold a bit of number of earphones. But before you knew what was happening, people started complaining of quality control, cable, driver breaking down, and all that. On the EDX, I have not seen anybody complain of anything. Maybe some people complain of a shouty up. I mean, I think what happens here is that maybe some of these guys, what they do is that they get this earphone, they don't break it in, they just put it in their ears, and they just judge it with their stock ear tips. The KZ EDX, from my own testing, I have already upgraded the cable, I've upgraded the ear tips, and to be honest, of all the earphones I've had in 2020, I will say right now that the EDX not only is the most affordable, best sounding earphone, but I will even go as far as saying that it is by far the most enjoyable earphone that I've paid my money for, and it's the cheapest in-ear monitors I've paid for. So for me to pay for an in-ear monitor that is very affordable but still gives me the one of the best sounds I have heard in my entire life, I kid you not, the EDX currently is my go-to earphone for movies. I have watched several movies with this set. I watched 2 movies today with this set. I watched Embattled, a kickboxing movie. Fantastic sound reproduction that comes out. In fact, the sound reproduction that comes out in the EDX for movies, I haven't heard that with any other earphone that even goes over $100. I kid you not, the sound mix that comes out from this earphone for movies, specifically for movies, and music is fantastic with it. For movies is amazing. I don't know what they did with the tuning and the driver, but there is something about the tuning of this earphone that works so well with movies. There is no harsh peaking, at least for my own set. I don't know for other people's set. I don't know what gear they're using, but for my own set, this is the best earphone I've used for movies, period. And I'm even comparing with all my expensive, all the earphones that have been expensive. The EDX is the best earphone for movies. If you want to game, if you want at pinpoint, like the imaging on this set rivals $200-300 earphone. It is so pinpoint, and there is the imaging you get from chipsets that it's imaging, but it's not very accurate. This has a very, very, very accurate imaging. The separation on this set is incredible. The way it separates sound, you think it's a $200-300 earphone, but it's just an $8 earphone. It's just incredible. Like what I'm saying right now is that there is Black Friday deals going on tomorrow. Take advantage of it and buy the EDX. In fact, buy 3 of the EDXs, because if this run out of stock in the future, in the next coming months, because with the way it's selling, it is selling tens of thousands on AliExpress as I speak to you. And I've checked many stores. This has really sold well for every store that is selling this particular earphone. I kid you not, this is an amazing set. And for KZ to sell this for $8, really, they never knew the gold mine that they produced, because KZ could sell this for $30 and people would pay money and think it's a wonderful set. I could even go as far as say that KZ can sell this, maybe just change out the ear tips, put a silver cable on this, and sell this for like $50 or $100, and people would pay money and think it's the best thing since sliced bread. I kid you not, the sound reproduction from the EDX is incredible. Just put in my hack for this, my modification that I did for this set is slap on a silver cable on the EDX, change out the ear tips for wide bore ear tips. I'm using specifically wide bore ear tips, the medium size, because with the medium it fits my ears almost like a custom in-ear monitor, no fatigue. When I got it the first time and I used stock ear tips or the narrow regular mass market ear tip, I started having serious pain, severe pain in my ears after a few days I used it. I was so annoyed with the comfort, and I realized that my ears very weird. I always need the earphone not going to my ears, because any earphone going deep into my ears causes me discomfort, regardless of which earphone goes into my ears. I've tried other earphones, it does that. It just give me this discomfort, and they even start causing a swelling inside my ears. It takes me days and some drugs to get my ears back to normal. Like, it causes me a lot of pain. So what I do now is that I figure that wide bore ear tips is what works very well for my ears, and I use that specifically for earphones going forward. So get a wide, but that's for me. I don't know for you guys, but I listen to this earphone with the regular narrow ear tips, that not only the one that it comes with, but other ones that I had. I realized that I think people that complain of the upper mids being a bit shouty, I think what's happening is from those ear tips. Change out the ear tips. If you can slap on a wide bore ear tips, you'll be blown away. It's like it rolls off that upper mids. It gets to the upper mids and just rolls it off gently, smoothly, creating a very smooth sound overall, and the sound you get is just mind-boggling. Now, there is one thing that the KZ EDX does that I don't think I've had in any sub-$100 earphone, and that is the sound stage. The sound stage on this earphone is not the widest. It's not like crazy wide like your Sennheiser HD 800s and all the high-end wide sounding earphones. This is a very, how will I put it? It has a very tall sound stage. It's very tall. It's almost like you are in a house and the sound is coming from the rooftop. That is the sensation the EDX does, especially if you use wide bore ear tips. Because what it does then is it pushes the sound in a very immersive way, and I like it, especially for movies. That's why I keep saying this is the best for movies, because what it does is that it's almost like I'm hearing the voices from the top, as opposed to hearing it just inside my ears and maybe a little bit at the center of my ears. So what the ear tips and pretty much the whiteboard does is that it places the sound above my head, and separates the instruments and the surround effect around. So the sound is just great, especially for music. Like if I'm listening to hip hop, EDM, and anything, what it does is that it places the singer at the side of my head, like at the top side of my head, and the instruments play at the bottom side of my ear. Then the bass happens in the middle. Like the way it separates the bass, the mids, the treble is just astonishing, especially when you consider the price. The price for this is deceiving, because when you buy this and you hear this from a good source, like a BTR5, your LG V series phone, your THX portable lamps and all that, you will understand the value you are paying for here. It is an incredible set, and there is a good discount going on right now with the Black Friday. I'm gonna leave links. Just do buy it. The white looks as incredible. Like, this is a very beautiful set. Just go for the white. Don't go for any other color. The white is just incredible and beautiful to look at. And there is a lot of discounts for it, so make sure you use my link so you get a great discount. If you want to see the review for the earphone, go to my homepage. You see the review for the KZ EDX. It's there, and just enjoy yourself, guys. Be sure to follow us here on our YouTube channel, subscribe, like our content, and I'm going to see you guys next time.